Present.
Kenneth Wissington.
Present.
And President Stallman.
Present.
So with 3 members present, we have a quorum.
Thank you. We now move to item number 3 on today's agenda, which is the approval of our agenda. The chair will entertain a motion for the approval of today's agenda.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments from staff or commissioners? If not, roll call, please.
Glenn Dunham.
Present. I'm already present, yes.
Kenneth Wissington.
Yes.
And President Stallman.
Yes.
All right, with 3 votes, we have enough, the motion passes.
Okay, we move to item number 4 on today's agenda, which is the certification of record or executive session.
Right, so the way that works is, right, you, since we had an executive session right before this, I just need a motion and a second verifying that nothing was discussed at the, executive session other than those items that were specifically listed and authorized to be discussed by the statute.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there questions or comments from commissioners or staff? If not, roll call, please.
That would be Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and President Stallman.
Yes.
All right, perfect. With 3 votes, we have enough to move forward.
Thank you. We move to item number 5 on today's agenda, which is the approval of last meeting minutes. The chair would entertain a motion for the approval of last meeting minutes.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second. Are there any additional comments or questions from staff or commissioners? If not, roll call, please.
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and President Stallman.
Yes.
All right, we have a unanimous vote. The motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 6 on today's agenda is the approval of claims. We had a financial meeting and, the chair will entertain a motion for the approval of the claims.
So there was a finance committee meeting on August the 10th where we did review the claims, so I'll make a motion.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or additional for the claims that you would like to share with us, Ms. Nathaniel?
No, sir.
Okay, thank
Claims
you.
were in order.
Okay, thank you, and thank you all for the meeting too. Roll call, please.
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and finally President Stallman.
Yes.
All right, we have a unanimous vote. The motion carries.
Thank you. Now we move to item number 7 on today's agenda is public comments on agenda items only. And I'd like to take this time to just apologize. We had an executive session meeting. We normally start pretty much on time. So thank you all for staying. Is there anyone here present that would like to speak on agenda items only? If not, we will move on to item number 8 on today's agenda, which is presentations. Do we have Mr. Clarence Newell?
Thank you, President Stallman. So before we move on to Mr. Clarence Hulse from Michigan City Economic Development Department, I wanted to invite Chief Operations Officer Mike Suggs here and just give the general overview. I know that it's our first meeting recovering from August 11th from our derecho storm, and Mr. Suggs is going to give a general overview of our operations.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Suggs.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do a brief to the storm that we had starting on August 11th. As you know, the storm came through and had winds recorded up to 99 miles an hour. We were able to respond quickly as an administration, getting out to clear our main thoroughways. That was the main goal right there, to clear out our main thoroughways. Then we had assessors go out. We had employees like Mr. Harris go out in certain segments of the town, covering the whole town, just looking for opportunities did we miss a road? Was there something that we needed to do? And so we were able to do those assessments and get a second round of crews out. And at that time, we solicited 5 different contractor crews to assist us in just clearing the road right of ways. And we certainly want to show our gratitude to U.S. Steel, who sent out 4 payloaders 4 days in a row and worked a 10-hour day to support us in clearing roads. They were very well appreciated and very effective at the work that they did. And also we had C. Lee Construction and we had Reef Raleigh who also sent folks out to help support us. What we have, nearly 65, 70% of our city was out of power. We were able to have communications day one with NIPSCO, and they were doing kind of in a parallel track, assessing their infrastructure as well. One of the things that the derecho did was tear up a lot of our vegetation. And a person like me who comes out of an energy background, 40 years of energy and dealing with storms most of those years, I hadn't seen a storm like this personally. Not only did those winds impact, but the winds did something to a 30, 50, 30, 40 inch and 50 inch circumference tree. They twisted them. They didn't break them. The trees were just twisted. It was amazing for me to see that type of damage. And one of the things that causes is in an infrastructure scenario like we have in Gary, from base of the electric distribution system, is in the alleys. We have alleys that have not had the best vegetation management over the last decades. And when those trees snapped, when they twisted, it really got all of the electric and I would say utility lines in general. And so we had a lot of damage. We had kind of a trees falling, and poles falling in sequence. They weren't just one isolated pole or one isolated tree. Big challenge in what we were going to take to get our system back. All in all, I'm very pleased with our effort. The team worked around the clock, volunteered to support the effort at the Y where we housed folks, effort at the Y where we fed folks, and just really pleased with that effort. Ms. Clark provided a GIS map of all of our homes that were without power. It was very helpful for us to give that GIS map over to NIPSCO to help support our restoration effort. A city like ours of 52 square miles, that's a lot of ground to cover. Although you only have 75,000 people, there's a lot of space to cover to repair and restore the infrastructure system. The other thing that is known is that our infrastructure system it's 30, 40 years old, and it was an infrastructure system that was built for 50, 55 mile an hour winds, not 99 mile an hour sustained winds. And so that created some damage scenario. As of today, our restoration effort has come to a recovery effort. We have hired 3 contractors. We have hired Aegis contractors to manage our FEMA effort for recovery of the cost of restoring our community. FEMA will be, Aegis will be managing that effort to ensure that we're meeting all of FEMA standards. And so that's the main part, so that when we go to file our FEMA grant application, we will have everything done to a FEMA standard. Secondly, we have a company by the name of Townsend Inn. Townsend is a national organization that has the capacity to do all of the monitoring of that standard. FEMA requires that you photograph before you move anything out of a customer's property, off a customer's property. You have to photograph it when you move it. You have to photograph it when you take it over to a location. We have put up 3 temporary locations to gather wood, so we're not dropping wood all over the city. We are on the west side of the Village Shopping Plaza in the parking lot. On the west side of the Village Plaza, we are in the north parking lot of the North Gleason Golf Course, and we are at the old Screaming Wheels Golf Course, Screaming Wheels roller skating lane. That's all. I wasn't in Gary back then, so all I have is the history that was told to me. But anyway, those 3 locations are going to be our sites. What we're going to do is our main collection site will be the Screaming Wheel site, where it's just those contractors will bring the debris in. That debris will be shredded and then picked up and taken to Republic. We will go to one of the local transfer stations, either the one on Clay Street or the one in East Chicago. At that point, we will clean up all of the areas where we were at, and all the vegetation will be removed. We're anticipating probably 30 to 45 days. Yes. Yes. Um, Corey has reminded me that, and I thought I alluded to, but I wouldn't. The Melton Road location is only for the contractors. This is only city contractors who are picking up debris. They started this morning at 7 o'clock this morning, and we had 14 large grapple trucks. You might have seen them. They're black trucks, and then they're white trucks. They're double bedded, big dumpster truck with a little cabin on the back in the middle there, where the person can pick up the stuff and drop it into the location and take it for being shredded or chipped. I think some people call it a chipper. But yeah, we're excited about that. We think that we have an opportunity to do what's best environmentally to our community and actually leverage this opportunity to try to clean up some of the dead trees that we had that hadn't fell but did fall during these winds. If there's any questions, I'd be certainly happy to entertain them.
We want to thank you for your efforts.
Thank you.
Seeing that happen. I know it's something that never happened before, so it was something we had to deal with. So we thank you all for what you all did from the council, from the administration. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity to serve.
Thank you, Chief Size. Next, the next presentation that we have is with Mr. Clarence Holz, the Executive Director of Michigan City Economic Development Corporation. I know we're getting some equipment set up for him, but you can go ahead and get started.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, Clarence Holz. I brought one copy. I forgot to slide it in. This is our annual report that we do to the council every year. This came back and did a look at the data center impacts. I am excited to be here. Known Chris for a while, and we share information and travels and stuff we've done. But Green City is at a turning point, and I tell people I'm willing to share my information because I learned from a lot of other people. It didn't come to me by an act of God. I have people I work with across the country, and we have done a lot of planning in the past. And I tell people today we work on the back of other people who were here ahead of us, 50 years ago, who had dreams and it didn't happen back then, but they had some great plans and great ideas. So we've actually taken a lot of those ideas and now trying to implement them. So the group I work for is a private nonprofit. We are a city contractor. We are 30 years old. Today, we're celebrating our 30th year in business in Michigan City. I'm the third director, been there 15 years. So I work as a contracted employee for this nonprofit. The city hires a nonprofit to do development on its behalf. So I work I'm not a city staff person, but I go to all the city staff meetings. And I work with the mayor very closely and staff. That way we are very nimble and flexible. If I need to be in New York City tomorrow, I can jump on a plane tomorrow and do that. I don't have to go through the controller's office, ask for, we can act like a business for when we need to. We do annual audits every year, so our books are clean, but we operate like a business. The city pays a third of my budget. The other 2/3 is funded by the private sector. All our business community pays into the fund. And the motto we use is, if we do well, you do well. And so that's how that works. Today I want to show you a mid-year report I did for City Council last 2 weeks. So you're getting the newest information we have in the city. We have done, I tell people, we're punching above our weight class. We are sitting at 32,000 people. We did over $2 billion in projects the last 4 years, which for a city that small, that's for me is tremendous. I've been working in larger cities in Florida. But a lot of things we've talked about for a long, long time, and it's just coming into fruition. So it's a good time for us to see things moving forward. We're now fine-tuning our plan because we've done a lot of things, and some things we're like, it's not going to happen right now. So what's the next opportunity for us right now? And that's actually a lot of small business. We're getting a lot of large projects, but we need to start doing infill. And so we're looking at what do we need downtown. There was a document done 20 years ago by the International Downtown Association. What are 12 businesses you need to have in your downtown to be a true downtown? And so now we're like, okay, open that old document and looking at what it takes to be a real downtown. You need to have like a pharmacy. You need to have a family restaurant. You need to have 2 or 3 breakfast locations. You need to have a couple of coffee shops. to have a brewery. There's a list of things you need to have to get people into your downtown. Because besides the tourists, many people who are living here 12 months of the year to actually show up to downtown. And so that keeps your downtown alive. And so we are now looking at that. Okay, what are the things that we're missing in the downtown? Because we've got a bunch of restaurants. The last 5 years, we've approved 15 new restaurants, and we've got liquor license. We used to do that. We got another additional liquor license for the south side of below the train tracks, and so we're trying to figure out, okay, what next? So we're getting a pharmacy soon. Apartment building, which I'm sure you can start moving in next month. I know you can't move from Gary, but we have a new apartment building downtown, 220 units, 150 units are reserved. So over half the building is already ready to go. So that shows great market potential. And but I'm gonna stop talking and show my pictures. How's that? So, go ahead. We did every 2 years we give out awards to business in the city. Say thank you for being here. We also give out awards to people who've been in business for 100 years, 50 years, 30 years. It's a great way to say thank you for investing back in the community. We give out awards to the new restaurants. We also have one called the Phoenix Award. People who took crappy buildings and restored it to, which you'll see a few in my presentation. So we make sure we want to honor people who took buildings that were people are looking to knock down. Some were on the demolition list. They took it and restored them. And we want to make sure people get, recognition for doing that. So that's the Phoenix Award. And then people who've been around for the last 15, 20 years, who are people who are trying to get stuff done. It didn't happen, but we want to honor their efforts. And so those are the leadership awards and achievement awards. Because we want to make sure people who were here before us, they were here, they tried to make it happen, it didn't happen, but they did certain things and they got us to a certain point. So we want to say, hey, thank you for making that happen. That's our event. We had about 300 people showed up to the event. Our guest speaker was a guy on the left, Scott Dalton. He is actually IU athletic director, and so Big City is his hometown. So we're glad to have him back to talk about what's happening in his world. I just want to show what the city was looking like, and you guys should document your history before and after. The top upper deck slides are what the city was looking like in 1960, 2018, and then the bottom slides is what, if you drive by today, that's what the buildings look like, kind of the before and after. Same here. And one of the projects that got the Phoenix Award is the Brewbox Coffee Shop. It's an old diner that became a barber shop, and cars run into it twice. If you look on the upper right, and somebody bought it and restored it, and it's now one of our best coffee shops downtown. But again, it was supposed to be demolished, and so we're glad that somebody restored it. So. Housing is big right now in Big City. We have over 2,000 units under construction. And I mean, we did a housing study over 10 years ago, and we were told we could assimilate 5,000 homes. Between 10 years ago and 2 years ago, we did another housing study and said, how much have you built? 0. So we had huge demand for housing. And so looking around the whole region, we are like, okay, what's happening in the region that's going to affect Michigan City? And we know there's tons of data centers being built across the region. And data centers, large manufacturing facilities, thousands of jobs. I mean, right between Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, it's probably over 5,000 jobs. So they got to live somewhere. And we're like, okay, how can we attract some of the people in our community? So we're getting a lot of those bites. So we've got luxury townhomes, market rate. The tri-millers is the missing middle. That's the workforce housing. That's our first housing TIF we did. 222 units, single family apartments and townhomes. And then Woodland Ridge is market rate, 115 single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. That's our first subdivision in 50 years. So we built houses infill around the city here and there, but never a complete subdivision. So that's our first in 50 years. So, don't feel bad, Gary, because it's not been done for a while. It takes a long time. And this project was great because they wanted no incentive. They said, how quickly can you get us to the market? We said 100 days. We had special meetings to get them to break ground. So they said, we don't want any incentives. We want to get the market as quickly as possible. So it took that kind of effort from the planning department, the mayor's office, and city staff to make that happen. So I mean, sometimes you got to do special things to get something working, but no incentives. They bought the property, paid their permit fee, and just start building. So Again, current development, we have a new bank coming downtown, the Century Bank. We got new Jimmy John's on the corner of the town. This is one church right now, spending over $1 million renovation. We've got another church downtown spending $1.4 million to roofing and tuck pointing. So even the churches are getting into the action. So. Old coffee shops being renovated. Lakeshore, one of our oldest ones, but they're over 30 years. They're investing in themselves. They just put it on a new patio in the back. Again, roofing company, Hyundai dealership, and car washes. Car washes and coffee shops are big right now, and people complain a lot about them. But I said, I didn't bring them here. You did, because when you travel, they know who from which city you're coming from, and they can track you by your credit card or debit card. So they use that data, and that's why they come to your city. So we don't have to recruit them. They know where people live. And so we have 3 large car washes and 2 new, we got Dutch Boy Coffee and 7 Brew coming to town here soon. We are also trying to improve getting manufacturing jobs. So this is a spec building, 65,000 square feet under construction. Even the school district is getting into the action. This is a $12.5 million track and soccer field. That's currently under construction. And they also just announced, well, I'll get to that. Keep going. This is our data center. We were very fortunate because we don't have any large parcels, like over 100 acres in our city. So we've talked to a number of data centers in the past, but they all want, 500 acres, 1,000 acres. So we thought we'd never get one. But these guys came to us and said, look, we know you got an empty building that's been there for 15 years. It's a brownfield site. It has chlorine and stuff in the ground. If we clean it up, you guys approve a data center. And it's a M1 use, heavy industrial. It was an old wiper blade plant, and it was closed for 15 years. They're paying about 20 grand a year in taxes. And we said yes. And so we've had a lot of pushback from certain people, but we're moving forward. The deal, when it's said and done, it'll be over $100 million in cash, so roughly 2.5 every year. But we've got a great partner. They're looking to get into the schools and make the school pretty much a STEM school. And they want to put a couple $1 million into the school system. And again, training all the teachers, paying for all the computers, all the technology, pretty much having a Google lab throughout the whole school. And so for us, that's a huge deal, having a company like this in your school system. So that's above and beyond what they're paying into the community benefit and the taxes. They have come back to us. They want to build a second building. It's the same size, no incentive. They'll just pay what it takes, and so that'll be additional income to the city in the future. So for those of you who are following the state law with SEA 1 and all the potential diminishing of city taxes in the future, I tell people, make sure you sign the right deal so you get the money coming for a long time, not just depend on taxes. So again, rendering of what it's going to look like in the future. Again, a building I sat there for 15 years, brownfield site, empty building. For us, it's a win. That's our new claim to fame. We have the first and only TOD multi-family mixed-use building in the state of Indiana. That's 220 units, $101 million, and I can talk another day about how we build the capital stack for that. But there's a lot of praying and pushing dollars here and there, and we got it done with tax credits and TIF funds and developer fee funding and federal dollars. But it took a lot to make that work. But it's a great project. We hadn't had an apartment built in 20 years. So the first thing the banks asked for is comps. We had no comps. And so we had to go to Valparaiso, South Bend. We looked all the reason for comps. And so we had to dig deep. So everybody comes wants this deal, say you don't get this deal. This is the deal to prove the market. So if your first deal, you're gonna pay for. You have to prove the market. Now we're proving the market. We've got 3 more apartment complexes in downtown, and they're getting minimum. And we're pulling back from how much we give out now because we don't have to give it, because the market's improving, the banks are willing to lend more. So that's push-pull. When you first start doing development, you're gonna pay more. That's because everybody's taking a risk, and so you gotta take the risk too. And so as you start building and you're proving the market, it's like, okay, the banks will be more open to the lending. So this, they're doing tours right now. They start moving in people next month. Like I said, it's 220 units. It's on the train station. The building in the far back is 550 parking spaces, 6 floors. And so when you get off the train, you walk into the lobby. You can go up to your car, or you can walk through the tunnel to your apartment. So you have ways to get in. And then the front corner is a corner of Franklin and 11th Street. That's 6,000 square feet of retail. We're trying to find the right retail mix to be in that space. The upper floor of the parking garage is 32,000 square feet of open space. So we're a little leery of what to do with it. It's the largest space in the region, upper deck. So the goal is to seal it, and then after a year, we'll go back and ask for RFPs for some kind of entertainment restaurant / something. But we don't want to do it now and not know what the market's going to look like. So the goal is to build it, seal it, and wait, and then come back and say, okay, is it a restaurant? Is it what is it? So, but you have great site views. If you're in the 12th floor, you can see pretty much the whole region. It's beautiful. These are 2 projects that are not moving forward. Sola, which is our $300 million project, is a Marriott Renaissance and roughly 200 high-end condos. They got the hotel finance. They couldn't get the condo finance. So we said, look, we are really busy. We're going to put you on pause. It's been 4 years. You came close too many times. So you have the first right of refusal, but come back next year because we got too many things in the pipeline for you to hold up. So sometimes you got to walk away. The other project, the developer had his options expired and somebody came right in and bought the property. So it's like, that's the kind of market we're having right now. If you snooze, you lose. This project, it covers one of the larger properties downtown. It's roughly 7 acres. The commission took about almost 10 years to collect all the properties. And the goal was to have, one of the things you need downtown is a supermarket. Beside the pharmacy, beside the coffee shops, beside the ice cream shop, you need to have a grocery store downtown. And so we don't want to have a suburbia grocery store, but 500 parking spaces. It goes to have one that has apartments above it, like the big cities do. And so we did an RFP in 2023, and we had 9 developers showed up. But for you to show up, you had 2 packages. One package was, show me the money. Can you do this? You have financing to do this. If you didn't have the money, or if you didn't prove to our fiscal experts that you could do this, we didn't even look at your pretty pictures. And so, but also, you have to have an LOI from a grocery chain, because that's the whole reason we're doing this project. We need a grocery store downtown. So you need to have money and an LOI from a grocery chain. If you didn't have those 2 things, we won't talk to you. And so it's 500 units downtown. 40,000 square feet grocery store and 20,000 square feet commercial, because we wanted to have nail shops, hair salons in the downtown. And so this is what was brought out. So it's 7 acres, rectangular, right on the west side of downtown. And so we are breaking ground on this next year. Phase 1 is a wrap building with a pool. And the developer we chose is out of Chicago, Dax, and they want to do more in the area. First building is 263,000 square feet. 263 units to 11,000 square feet commercial. And they're not afraid of retail. You'll find a lot of people who do multifamily hate to do retail. These guys weren't afraid of retail. We looked at all their projects in the Chicago region, and they had every apartment complex had a retail component, restaurant, hair salons, whatever, offices. So you need to find, if you're looking for retail, you need to find the right multifamily developer, because a lot of them hate to do retail. They want to do strictly multifamily. So you got to figure out your sites where you want to have retail and pick the right person, developer for that site.
If you don't mind, we can give the commissioners a brief opportunity to ask questions.
Yes.
With you, and I know that you really honed in on the capital stack for the Franklin, understanding that was the first project in your downtown core of that magnitude, and how you need to improve the market. Just wanted to kind of lean in on that, because we're kind of on the parallel path of that.
No problem.
But want to give the commissioners an opportunity to ask the questions, to kind of lean in on that
Sure,
point.
sure.
I remember, we had 6, 7 years ago, we were having bank. I remember conversations we had about capital that was looking at what our development corporation was gonna do. So I'm just glad to see, working with, Mayor Angie now, to get some allocation for those TIF funds and get that done. So I'm just happy for you. And just to see, I used to work in that Michigan City building at Horizon before they built the, new complex across the street. I'm excited for you.
The size of the data center, was that an old ANCO microgrid facility?
Exactly.
How
So
many square feet?
it was 400,000 square feet. And I showed that building for 15 years. Nobody wanted it because of the Brownfield issue. But also, manufacturing today or warehousing, everybody wants to have a 40-foot ceiling height. The building was 18-foot ceiling. So people didn't want to be in there because they couldn't stack anything. So the data center, they've actually raised it to 40 feet. So that's part of the improvements. They actually raised the ceiling 40 feet high. So
We had the ANCO, company here, that's what's the name's property. That's in litigation right now on 11th Avenue, that was the ANCO microgrid facility over there. And I didn't know if that one was larger in Michigan City than the one that's here. Now to find
I don't know. They left in 1999, I think. They went to Mexico. So this closed up in 6 months and just took off. So, yeah.
So your data center, is it on the outskirts of your town, or is it in the middle of your town?
It's not in the middle, it's on the outskirts beside the golf course. But see, it was built in 1962 when it was in the outskirts of town. Over time, the city surrounded it, but it's still manufacturing, right? It's still zoned manufacturing. So by right, I could put a chemical plant there. I could put a 200 trucks a day warehousing plant because it's zone manufacturing. So right now, I know people are upset because of the trucks every day because of construction, but I empathize with them, except that I tell them, look, it's 200 trucks a day for maybe 2 years versus 20 years because they have the right to put a warehouse there because it's zone manufacturing. It was there, it was in edge of town 20 years ago. Now the city has surrounded it. So, but the main reason why they're there is because of the power source. They like to be where there's a substation. So there's one right there across the street. So that's why. So any building that has a substation that's large or land, that's where they want to go near a substation.
Did you have much pushback from the community?
Oh yeah, we have activists who think I can give conspiracy. I have people at every council meeting coming and want to sue and want to be against it, but. The city council and the mayor think it's a great deal for a building that paid 20 grand a year that they're paying probably over $3 or $4 million a year. So
It's up and operating now?
no, they get a CFO next April, and I think I sent you something. I sent it wrong. I gave a presentation today about that. Their permitting fee to the city of Michigan City for the first building is $7.2 million cash. We cashed a check last year. And we'll do another $7 million check this year for another building. So you do about probably $1 million a year in permitting fee. But having one project give you $7 million, not a bad deal.
Comment from you or?
No, I think that was it. Thank you, Clarence, because we want to be able to show understand what Michigan City, but also understand what leverage of Michigan City, considering where we are right now, approved in the market, what we can do, and what tools you were able to leverage with the Redevelopment Commission in Michigan City, working in Economic Development Corporation, and how you have that relationship, being able to help.
We do a lot on behalf of the city because we're not city employees. We are the city's economic office. And so the city give us the right to negotiate all the incentive packages on their behalf, even for the TIF. Now I tell people, we can negotiate them, we can't give them to you. They have to go before a public body. We can sit with you all day long and talk about, and we know what the city council is willing to do. We know what the TIF is willing to do. So we know what the parameters are. So we're not going to give away the farm, but everything has to go before a public board, because that's the way it works.
I just have one question. During your time of the most recent redevelopment in Michigan City, you may or may not know this question, but from the city's perspective, I would presume there's more of an emphasis on liquidating and finding partners than trying to reclaim as many properties as possible to manage versus generating profit from third-party nations.
We mean like vacant properties?
So, yeah, I would presume the city is reclaiming vacant properties to sell.
To sell, but we also have conditions because people will buy them and sit on them.
Yeah.
So we have what they call a clawback. You have 24 months to pull a permit, or it's not yours anymore. So there's ways to do that. We do the same for incentives too, because people will come and get incentives, and they want to be like a middleman. We do the same for facade program. Now using TIF, the facade program has been a great project for us. We run the city's facade program, walk them through the process, have them fill out the forms, bring it back to the TIF. But restoration of storefronts, that type of thing has been great. We will do every once in a while something additional, like above and beyond. Like most of our facade program goes about probably 30 to 50 grand. But we've done more for special projects, and I can show you one we just did. The bank, they needed to upgrade their elevator. That's 100 grand. So I'm getting a brand new bank downtown, and a building that's been there for 15 years empty. Okay, do I do the regular facade, or do I help this guy get an elevator is 100 grand just to, and so we did that one. And then another project, which if you go on further on my slide deck, one of the things we're looking at is we'll have roughly next year 500 people living downtown. So we got great bars, great restaurants, but not everybody wants to go to a bar every time. So we need to have a place that has pool tables, darts. And so we're getting an electronic gaming facility downtown. So you could press a button, play volleyball, play pickleball, play basketball, and hang out. And so we're looking at, find those things where people want to go have fun. And so we made sure we incentivize them more than the 30 grand or for 40 grand, because we want to see that downtown. So when we brought in the coffee shop, we wanted them to, you can have any coffee shop, but there's one of like 10 roasters left in the world that they wanted to buy. And so we bought the roaster for them, because then you can do all your concoctions in Mexico City and then ship it to everybody else. So we find ways to incentivize people to make it unique. So, but they all have a time frame to spend the money and actually put together a project, because what we don't want to do is have people do a facade program, and then a facade, you got to have a business in there or a lease. We're not going to help you improve your property to sit there empty. That doesn't help the city. So if you come for a facade program, you need to be an existing business, or you have a lease to put a business in there. Not just improve your property, make it look pretty, and then sit there empty for another 5 years. So they got to do the work, and we're your partner if you do the work. So.
Well, thank you,
So.
Mr. Clarence, for coming out.
Thank you.
Sharing that information with them. All right, thanks, Trish. Is the other person, Skylar, yours for that? Now move along agenda to item number 9 on our agenda, which is new business. We start off with new business with resolution number 7731, which is a resolution amending prior resolution number 7723 regards to the commitment from the Redevelopment Commission.
Yes. Thank you, President Stallings. So resolution 7731 as a resolution adjusting the amount for the construction of the animal control facility. The intent, we listed on the last Redevelopment Commission meeting an amount of $1,766,185.31. That amount should actually be lower than that. It should be actually $1,668,748.85. Just wanted to make sure we were able to adjust that amount accordingly.
Okay. The chair will entertain a motion for the passage of 7731.
So move.
Has been moved and properly second. Are there any comments or questions from staff or commissioners? If not, roll call, Mr. Jenkins.
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and finally President Stallings.
Yes.
All right, with 3 votes, the motion passes.
Thank you. We now move to resolution number 7732, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission awarding a contract to a contractor for moving materials out of 504 Broadway. Mr. Harris.
Yeah, thank you, President Stallings. So resolution 7732 is a resolution to award a contract to College Hunks for the amount of $17,904.73 for the purposes of removing and relocating our items from 504 Broadway to City Hall and to some of our storage containers. We had a lease agreement with East Lake Management occupying the second level of the 504 building along with the mezzanine area. It is our intent to close or cancel out that lease. I believe that lease was initially intended to close in 2027, but we're closing that early. We had a month-to-month lease with them at a certain point of our lease agreement, and it's been the decision to be able to vacate out of that location. We sent out a notice to the landlord to vacate that space by August 31st. So we need to expeditiously move because we were going to meet before the ratio. Then of course we had the storm. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough time to be able to vacate out of that space and not spend another $5,000 on rent at 504 Broadway if we didn't have to.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of resolution number 7732.
So moved.
It's been moved and properly second. If there aren't any additional questions or comments from staff or commissioners, roll call, please.
Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and finally President Stalling.
Yes.
All right, with 3 votes, the motion passes.
Thank you. We now move to resolution number 7733, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission approving and authorizing the transfer of funds between the non-reverting fund and the lakefront TIF for the purposes of meeting financial obligations.
Yes. Thank you, President Stallings. So resolution 7731 is a resolution really to make whole between our non-reverting fund and the lakefront TIF. We had an interloan agreement.
33.
7733. Did I say something else?
31.
Oh, sorry, 7733. My apologies. The intent is to make right. We had an accounting from our controller that expressed that we could have a resolution way back in the past that was acknowledged by the State Board of Accounts that we had an interfund loan that we needed to just resolve this year to get our books accurate. So this is just a move from paying our non-reverting fund $17,470 to the lakefront TIF. Again, this was an interfund loan that I think had some history a few years ago, before our tenure. But the State Board of Accounts has been actively auditing each department in City Hall. I think we've been able to work very closely and very well with the State Board of Accounts, and this is just an item that we just like to have resolved so we can get it closed out on the books.
So this is gonna take care of us, this resolution here.
Yes.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of resolution number 7733.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. If there aren't any additional comments or questions from staff or commissioners, roll call. Attorney Jenkins.
Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and finally President Stalling.
Yes.
With 3 votes, the motion passes.
Thank you. We move to resolution number 7734, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission ratifying the site assessment agreement for City Methodist Church for drone filming. Mr. Harris?
Yes, so this resolution 7734 was a resolution by Fulton and Rourke out of North Carolina to film at the City Methodist Church. This is actually a cologne company that desired to film City Methodist Church for some of the marketing content for their product. So this was a site access agreement. I think time was constrained. We needed your support, President Stallings, to be able to give this film company the ability to be able to film the location for their purposes. They did fill out and file a film permit with the communications department, so they crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's appropriately, and this was just acknowledging that we had them on the property filming.
How long will they be here?
Oh, I think they've already
You're
completed.
talking about they were here a few days?
Yeah, they were here like 2 days.
Okay, good enough. Chair will entertain a motion for the ratification of resolution 7734.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. If there aren't any questions or comments from staff or commissioners, roll call. Attorney Jenkins.
Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wissington,
Yes.
and finally President Stalling.
Yes.
With 3 votes, the motion passes.
Thank you. We move to resolution number 35, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission authorizing the transfer of funds within the consolidated TIF to satisfy ongoing obligations.
Yes,
Ms. Walker.
good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Tate.
For resolution number 7735, this is to authorize a transfer, in, uh, non-consolidated TIF. So, things where item series, this is, we're gonna pull it from the capital, the other building improvements, which is the 400 series, and it has to go into professional services, which is the 4300 series. One amount will be $200,700. And the other one is $210,000. The $200,700 is for American Structure Point, which Mr. Harris will give more intel about, which is the fourth and fifth,
Avenue conversion.
avenue conversions, and he'll talk more about that next. And then the $210,000 was to pay that HUD 108 loan that we did take care of, with the memo, but we still have to back it up with the resolution.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of resolution number 7735.
So is he gonna talk about the
Yeah.
first? Oh, you want me to make it? Okay, I make a motion, then you talk about it.
It's been moved and properly second. Are any other questions or comments from staff? If not, roll call, Attorney Jenkins.
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wisenton. Yes. And finally, President Stallings.
Yes.
With 3 votes, the motion passes.
Good. Thank you. We now move to resolution number 7736, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission authorizing payment on a contract with American Structure Point for the 4th and 5th Avenue conversion project. Director Harris.
Yes, thank you, President Stallings. So resolution 7736 is a resolution, authorizing a contract to American Structure Point. American Structure Point will be designing a three-way roadway, traffic signal, and environmental design for 4th and 5th Avenue, which is US 12 and US 20. The intent is to have these designs in place so that we can be prepared and aligned to start the two-way conversion work in first quarter 2027. This has been a feat that the city has been looking to address for about 15 years now. When it comes to developing a walkable downtown, we need the design engineering in place so we can ensure that with NDOTs we can prepare and allow that work to happen on the timeline that we're requesting, which is the first quarter of 2027. Two-way conversion, would involve a conversion between roughly Rhode Island to Bridge Street on both sides of 4th and 5th Avenue. That would also encourage traffic calming in the downtown core. We know we have a lot of truck traffic that travels in both directions, and we're still working out with NDOT which route will formally be the truck route. But this is going to be a significant step forward for downtown Gary to have two-way conversion of 4th and 5th Avenue. So downtown will no longer be a highway. It will still be a thoroughfare, but it won't be, treated as such as like a 3 to 4 lane highway to just race through the core of our city.
Okay, so the 4th and 5th Avenue, our plan is that they will become two-way.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Any questions or comments?
Is
Chair,
this-
go ahead.
This the actual work?
This is
not-
the design. This is
The
the design
design.
work that we need to submit to NDOT in effort for them to start the conversion process.
Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of resolution number 7736.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second. If there aren't any additional questions or comments from staff or commissioners, roll call. Attorney Jenkins.
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wisenton,
Yes.
and finally, President Stallings.
Yes.
All right, with 3 votes, the motion passes.
Now move to resolution number 7737, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission granting access to various entities for activities related to storm recovery efforts.
Thank you, President Stallings. Like what you had heard earlier from Chief Operations Officer Mike Suggs, this resolution is a resolution to allow Aegis, Thompson Consulting Services, and Ashbridge to have the ability to be able to clean city-owned lots and operate from them during our storm recovery efforts. We're going to give them that opportunity to do so through December 31st, 2026. And if there were any details from our team, Ms. Sharp, not sure, okay, great. That's the intent for this resolution, is just to make sure that we have the ability to allow these contractors that are helping our storm recovery efforts to utilize our sites if necessary and having a site access agreement.
Good deal. That's through December 2026?
Yes.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of resolution number 7737.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. If there aren't any questions or comments from staff or commissioners, roll call. Attorney Jenkins?
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
Yes.
Commissioner Whittington,
Yes.
and finally, President Solomon.
Yes.
All right, with 3 votes, the motion passes.
Okay. Now move on to resolution number 7738, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission accepting properties transferred from the Gary Board of Public Works.
Okay, I'll take this one.
All right.
So the purpose of resolution 7738 is to just mirror the resolution that was passed at the Board of Public Works this morning. Whenever intergovernmental entities transfer properties back and forth, they just have to pass mirroring resolutions. So the properties that we're transferring from Board of Works is 546 Jackson Street, 1943 West 15th Avenue, and 2 properties, 3301 Broadway and 3343 Broadway. 2 of those lots, the first 2 I mentioned, are gonna be for side lots. Those are just to clean up some side lots that need to be transferred over. They need to come here first before we can deliver them to the people who got awarded them for the side lots. And then the last 2 are properties that we have some plans to think about RFPing in the future. But for now, we're just transferring them into redevelopment's property. So we're just asking you guys to approve this resolution 7738.
Okay. Heard the staff. Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of resolution number 7738.
So,
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there additional comments or questions? If not, roll call. Attorney Jenkins?
All right, Commissioner Dunham,
yes.
Commissioner Whittington,
Yes.
and finally, President Stallings.
Yes.
All right, with 3 votes, the motion passes.
Thank you. Move on to our last resolution for the day, which is resolution number 7739, which is a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission rescinding the award of a contract with Circle R and ratifying the award to the next lowest bidder, Mechanical Concepts.
Yes. Thank you, President Stallings. Again, resolution 7739 is a resolution rescinding Circle R's contract. We did reach out to Circle R immediately after award. I believe immediately after award, we had the derecho, and they were non-responsive to our needs. I think they're still getting their operations back in order. We do have a need from our client to actively get air conditioning back into that space and make an improvement so we can continue to lease that space in that building in the future.
1085.
Yeah, 1085 Broadway.
All right.
So the intent is to move to our next lowest bidder, which is Mechanical Concepts. And that amount is, there we go, $37,490.
Okay. Yeah. Chair will entertain.
No, oh, sorry, just,
Go ahead.
sorry, before we go forward, I just wanna tee up that there might be some additional work that's necessary in the future, cause in the time between when we first did the bids, there was another problem that happened right after to the second air conditioning unit, so we might need to come back before the board to address that. And also within this first scope, we kind of authorized the contractor to maybe kind of go ahead and do the assessment to figure out what is gonna be needed for that second unit. So that might be a small change order forthcoming, we just wanna let you know ahead of time. That goes a little bit beyond what was quoted here, but we're only approving what was mentioned here today. But there might be a small change order to cover like that, the hours they spend trying to assess the new problem. So I just wanna let you know that ahead of time, but you can go ahead and approve today, 7739.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion for the passage of 7739.
So just a question.
Okay.
So this is something we approve with Circle R?
We
and
approved, yeah, we approved Circle R back in
And,
July.
and they can't do what we need, so we're moving on. Okay,
Absolutely.
all right, thanks.
Chair will entertain a motion for 7739.
So move.
It's been moved and properly seconded. If not any additional questions or comments from staff or commissioners, roll call. Attorney Jenkins?
any resources to be able to help support your recovery following August 11th derecho storm. Mayor made a comment today, I believe, on 107.5 WGCI, re-emphasizing that wanting people to know that despite what's happened for the city with the storm that we've experienced, he wants people to know that we have momentum. The commission has worked hard. All of our teams have been working hard to be able to help bring jobs and investment back to the city. We're not going to let the storm stop us from our efforts, and we're going to be resilient and such. So just want to be able to kind of reiterate that message. I thought that was very important because a lot of people are looking at the seriousness of what happened here in the city, which we understand and appreciate, but we also don't want them to see that we don't have hope, because we do have hope, and we have momentum. We're going to get and continue to maintain that momentum moving forward. So I hope everyone is safe and that they're recovering, and just want to thank everyone for their time.
Thank you. Director Harris, can you shed some light about what will be going on this weekend?
Yes, thank you. Yes. So this weekend we will have our Gary Days. We're going to be pivoting more focused on a celebration that we made it through the storm. We're recovering, but also just being able to celebrate the city as a whole. Those efforts will still be hosted at the Roosevelt Pavilion area this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and I believe Sunday, we'll have events and activities at the Roosevelt Pavilion area. So definitely check out our website. A lot of our vendors that have participated in our downtown marketplace, I've received inquiries asking about what was going to happen this weekend. I just want to be able to share that information with you. If you desire to participate in the Gary Days as a vendor, definitely reach out to myself and Danielle Harris, and we'll be able to get you connected so you can participate. But we highly encourage everyone to come out and just celebrate, have a good time. There will be some relief packages that will be shared at this event, but this was just going to be a celebratory event. We're going to have some entertainment from local entertainers to be able to help just celebrate us moving forward as a city.
All right. Thank you very much. Ms. Dunn, do you have any closing comments?
No.
Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Just like to thank everyone for coming out to the meeting. Continue to follow the Redevelopment Commission through social media. And we just want to commend the mayor and his staff on the tremendous job they've done through the storm. And to our community and to our vendors, we just want to say thank you and stay positive, because it was a storm we've never experienced before. But the good thing in the bad storm is the fact that people came out, they
Yes.
supported each other.
Yes.
We came together as a city. So what was bad turned into be good.
Yes.
So we're just looking forward to moving forward. With that being said, the chair will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Thank you.
Everybody have a great evening.
Thank you, you too.